Hi, hello everyone! I'm Toshi from Japan and tourist guide for foreigners. In this video, I'll show you
9 shocking updates Japan has changed in 2025.
In June 2025, Japan welcomed over 3.37 million international visitors. That's a 7.6% increase compared to last year. Japan's popularity is skyrocketing, and with that, a lot of changes are happening. Some exciting, and some you really need to watch out for. For example, there are important updates about the brand new Japan ESTA entry system, news about a major fire incident in Osaka, and its impact on travelers, and even fresh safety warnings for tourists. In this video, I put together 9 of the most important updates you should know before your next trip. These tips will help make your journey smoother, safer, and more enjoyable. Plus, I also offer guided tour in Japan, travel itineraries based on trip duration and area, and recommendations for unique cultural experiences.
You can find more information in the description below. So, let's get started.
Number 1. Japan entry scam.
In a previous video, I mentioned that Japan is planning to introduce a new entry system, similar to the US ESTA, by 2028. Well, today I have a very important update for you. Fake Japan ESTA websites have already appeared online. These sites claim the system is already active and even provide application forms. But let me be clear, Japan ESTA has not been introduced yet. If you come across one of these sites, do not enter any personal information. This issue isn't limited to ESTA. Even the official Visit Japan web system, which many travelers use to simplify customs and immigration procedures, has also been targeted by fake websites. The Japanese government has issued official warnings, so please stay cautious. For more details about how the real systems work, I explained everything in my earlier video. If you haven't watched it yet, make sure to check it out after this one.
Staying informed now could save you a lot of trouble later.
Number 2. Japan deny entry for blah.
In a previous video, I talked about Japan's growing problem with unpaid medical bills from foreign visitors and how the government is considering making travel insurance mandatory for entry. Now, there's a big update. The Japanese government has announced stricter measures for foreign residents who fail to pay their health insurance premiums. Those who don't pay may face re-entry bans or even be denied extensions of their residence status. Officials say this is necessary to prevent abuse and protect Japan's healthcare system. For now, these rules mainly apply to foreigners living in Japan. But it's very possible that similar policies could be extended to short-term visitors as well, since unpaid medical costs from tourists are also putting pressure on the system.
I'll keep you updated with any new information, so please subscribe to my channel.
Number 3. Osaka Dotonbori Fire.
On August 18th, a serious fire broke out in Osaka, just 2 minutes walk from the famous glycose sign in Dotonbori. The fire started at a shop right next to the Don Quixote store with the giant Ferris wheel, one of the most popular spots for tourists. Sadly, the firefighters lost their lives while trying to put out the flames. The good news is that, at this point, no employees or tourists have been reported as victims. The building also houses the famous ramen chain Ichiran, but since the fire happened before opening hours, damage and injuries there were limited. The fire is now under control, and police and fire officials are still investigating the exact cause. If something like this ever happens while you're in Japan, remember, your safety comes first.
Don't hesitate, leave the area quickly.
Number 4. Tourist safety warning.
Many people think of Japan as one of the safest countries in the world. And to be fair, Japan is indeed a very safe place compared to many other destinations. But after living here for more than 30 years and guiding over 200 international visitors, I've realized that for foreign tourists, Japan isn't always as safe as you might imagine. For example, in Tokyo's famous Asakusa area, a Mongolian pickpocket was recently arrested for stealing a tourist's wallet near Sensoji Temple. At Tsukiji Fish Market, a video filmed by an influencer accidentally caught another pickpocket in action. And it's not just pickpockets. There are also scams targeting tourists, things like overpriced bars, fake photo services, and even fake monks asking for money. Don't get me wrong, Japan is still safer than most countries. But the image of perfect safety is slowly changing. That's why it's so important to stay alert and informed.
If you want to learn more about these scams, I covered them in detail in earlier videos, so definitely check them out.
Number 5. Why Japan feels pricier now?
In a previous video, I explained how the weak Japanese yen has made travel here almost 40% cheaper compared to before the pandemic. But in 2025, things have started to change. Japan is now seeing about 3% inflation, and prices for many things, especially in tourism, are rising even faster. Major attractions like Universal Studios Japan and Tokyo Disney Resort have raised their ticket prices by about 20% in just 3 years. Cultural sites are also getting more expensive. For example, Himeji Castle, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, announced that from 2026 tickets will jump from 1,000 yen to 2,500 yen. And Osaka Castle has already doubled its admission price this spring, from 600 yen to 1,200 yen. Restaurants are also feeling the pressure. Rising labor costs and rice prices, which have doubled in the past 2 years, mean meals are noticeably more expensive. And hotels in Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto are now more than 60% higher than pre-COVID levels. So even though the weak yen makes Japan seem cheaper, many things tourists want to enjoy are actually more expensive. And with the number of foreign visitors still growing, this trend will likely continue.
If you are thinking about visiting Japan and want the best value, I recommend coming sooner rather than later.
Number 6. Skip the crowds. Japan by cruise.
When you think about visiting Japan, the first thing that comes to mind is booking a flight, but that's starting to change. By the end of 2025, the Japanese government has set ambitious goals, welcoming 2.5 million cruise passengers, hosting more than 2,000 foreign cruise ship visits, and opening over 100 ports for international arrivals. That would make up about 8% of all inbound travelers. I personally guided visitors who arrived at international ports. I picked them up, showed them around Tokyo, and dropped them back at the ship. It was a very smooth process. Right now, airports in Japan are extremely crowded. One of my American friends had to wait over an hour just to get through immigration. But travelers coming by cruise ships often tell me how surprisingly quick and easy the entry process is at the ports, since far fewer people are using them. So if you're planning a future trip to Japan, why not consider arriving by cruise ship?
It might save you time and give you a very different experience of Japan.
Number 7. How Japan first politics affect you.
In July 2025, Japan held a major national election, and a political party promoting a Japanese first agenda gained significant seats in parliament. Their main focus is on immigration and the idea that, in some cases, foreign residents are treated more favorably than Japanese citizens. They argue it's important to correct this imbalance. At the moment, there are no major changes affecting foreign visitors. But the Japanese first movement could eventually lead to regulations that might impact tourists or long-term foreign residents. Interestingly, when international media interviewed foreigners from Germany and the US, some mentioned that similar movements happen in their own countries. They said that when society faces problems, people often blame outsiders rather than addressing the issue themselves, and Japan seems to be experiencing a similar trend.
I'll keep you updated if any new rules or policies arise that could affect travelers. So make sure to subscribe to my channel.
Number 8. Typhoon alert.
Japan's typhoon season peaks in August and September, and many storms approach or hit the mainland during this time. On average, about 6 typhoons come in August and 5 in September each year. When a typhoon hits, heavy rain and strong winds make outdoor sightseeing difficult. Transportation can also be affected, with flights delayed or canceled and trains disrupted, which can mess up your travel plans. For this reason, if you are visiting Japan in August or September, it's a good idea to build in a few extra days as a buffer in your schedule. That way, even if a typhoon occurs, you can still enjoy your trip without stress.
Of course, this is based on averages, so hopefully the weather will be perfect during your visit.
Number 9. Pokemon events in Tokyo and Osaka.
Great news for Pokemon fans around the world. Right now, there are two special Pokemon events happening in Japan. In Tokyo, JR East is hosting the Pokemon Mega Stamp Rally at various train stations. Collecting these limited stamps is fun, and you can exchange them for exclusive, limited edition merchandise. This event runs from July 18th to August 31st in Osaka. The Pokemon Discovery Adventure is taking place, featuring Pokemon appearing at 30 popular tourist spots. You can take photos with them and enjoy unique experiences throughout the city. This event runs from July 1st to October 31st. If you're visiting Japan, these events are a perfect way to add extra fun and unforgettable memories to your trip.
How was today's video?
If you would like a personal guide in Japan or need recommendations for travel plans and cultural experiences,
Please contact me from the link in the description section. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like button. See you in my next video. Bye!